Hi everyone, it's Jody Conrad from Recreation and Park Services here again. And I woke up this morning to this. It's snowing here in Chester Grant, but instead of getting down about it, I thought it would be a nice chance to get out and get some end of winter animal tracking in. Snow's perfect for it. Let's go see what we can find. Here we are just out on the road through my subdivision, and our first specimen here is this track right here. Anyone know what that is? I bet you do. That is a rabbit, or actually not a rabbit. We don't have rabbits in Nova Scotia, but we all call them rabbits. This is a snowshoe hare track. And do you know which direction this rabbit is traveling in? The rabbit is going in this direction. That way. So hind feet here, front feet here. But snowshoe hare, when they leap, their front feet hit first and their back feet come right past, and then they continue on. So this track is a little bit old, but lots of them around here. As we go up the road, we'll see uncross lots of them. Let's see what else we can find. Next up, we have this track here. This is a red squirrel track, going right across the road here. A couple times actually, and there's my dog's tracks from this morning's dog walk. And this, similar to a rabbit, the track's actually going that way. The squirrel is heading in the direction of that arrow. So same sort of thing, back feet come ahead of the front feet. Very cool. Let's see what else we can find. So everyone, here's a neat one. This is an animal walking on all fours, sort of pigeon-toed. It's an old track. Sorry, it's not so clear. It's a bit older. It's been snowed on and melted out a bit. But if I come along here, you can see my arrow, which shows a direction of travel. So it's heading across that way. So it's pigeon-toed. The toes are kind of angled inwards a little bit. This is our resident porcupine, if you remember from a few videos ago. It's nice to see him or her out and about. Let's keep rolling. So here we are at the end of my road in the subdivision. We saw a few animal tracks there, which is fun to see. Always cool to see the, try to interpret the stories that are being told by those tracks and what that animal was doing. Now, all those animals were just beetling across the road, obviously. So what I thought we'd do is, like I said, we're at the end of the road here. I'm just gonna take you in maybe 100 meters, maybe 200 meters. I've got a trail camera in here. And if you don't know what a trail camera is, it's a motion activated camera that takes a shot, or in my case, it takes, I think, 3 shots right now that I've got it set on. Anytime something moves in front of it. I've been trying to get a photo of a bobcat that I know is here. I've seen the tracks, I've seen the scat. I've been trying to get a photo all winter. We're gonna go check it right now. And maybe today's the day, maybe you're gonna witness it with me. Let's see how we make out. And here we are coming up to our trail camera. You can see it there, camouflaged on the bottom of this tree. There we go. Let's open it up and see if we got anything. So we did not get any pictures of a bobcat, unfortunately, but since we're here, I wanted to show you some photos that I did get here last year. If you can see that fella or gal right there, is a nice little black bear that I got photos of last year. If I can just scroll through here for you. Great, eh? So these trail cameras aren't just good for people who are interested in hunting, but anyone who's interested in viewing wildlife. You can see the bear's scratching its back up against that tree there now. Pretty funny shots. Very Yogi Bearish. Anyway, there you go. No bobcat today, but we're gonna leave it here because I have found scat here before and lots of tracks, so hopefully that cat will be back. Okay, let's see what else we can find. Here we are back at the roadhead, folks. I'm gonna head back to the house, and I'm gonna close just by showing you a few of the books that I've got on my shelf around tracking. It's a whole other world. Really good trackers, people who invest their time in it, can tell you how old a track is, how heavy an animal is, almost what it was thinking. It's definitely an art and a science. I encourage you to give it a shot. I mentioned quickly there that we don't have rabbits in Nova Scotia, and that's true. We have hares. And so as a little challenge to you, I want you to do some research and see if you can leave in the comments below here what the difference is between a rabbit and a hare. And the first person to do that will send a prize from the Recreation and Parks Department. And I don't know what that'll be yet. Like CBC Radio Morning says, an allegedly fabulous prize of some sort. So we'll send you something. First person to tell us what the difference is between a rabbit and a hare. So let's go back. I'm going to show you some of the books and other things that I've got around tracking, and we'll close up there. And here's our last little bit of action for our trip out. Just back to the house here and noticed this track here, which indicates an abrupt change of direction right there. And this was a little mouse. It's right under where our bird feeder was before we took it down for the year, so there's probably still some seed under there. So something made it change direction, saw a predator or something like that. Maybe it was me walking up the path. Looks a little older than that, but anyway, little mouse there. Very cool. So I'm back at the house here, nice and warm, and as promised, I just wanted to show you a few of the books that I have on my bookshelf, just as an example of what's out there that's super helpful. I'm not going to go over each one, but there's a variety of books that you can get that are super helpful to help you figure out what you're seeing, and also get at some of the art side of that as well. So interpreting the tracks and trying to tell the story, I guess, of what that animal was doing that night or that day. The most important tool, besides a good book, is this right here, and that's just a simple ruler. It's good to have that in your back pocket so you can measure the size of tracks and the distance of strides and that sort of thing, because all these books here reference that kind of information that will help you figure out what animal you're seeing. A little notebook's always nice if you're old school like me, so you can draw a quick sketch and help you remember what you saw. Camera, like I'm using right here in my hand, is also good as well. So folks, continue to explore your backyard. You never know what you're going to find. Stay home, stay safe, and be well, and we'll talk to you next week. Take care.